Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice, brought to you by Photography is an Art, Harvey Brandman, Master Photographer, located at 1307 North San Fernando Boulevard, Burbank, California. Attorney Ron Irwin's book, Haiku, Style, Passion, Heart. Author Larry Buford's book, To the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training Show, an Actor Space. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin today's show, I just want to take a moment to let you know that Roland Wirt, who's known as the king of events and a dynamic entertainment icon, passed this morning. He will be missed, you can believe that. Please say some prayers for his wife and family. He was huge in what he was able to accomplish. I mean huge. Roland Wirt, we will dedicate today's show to you, my brother. You may rest in peace. Thank you. My first guest today is a longtime friend, and we've worked together at several locations, including this TV station. He's a real good guy. And so I thought to myself that I would ask him to come on the show today to see what's new with him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, and I mean please welcome, the fella whose real name is Ronald R. Irwin. Welcome, my friend.
And the real Ronald Brewington. How are you?
Indeed. I'm fine there, Ron. Can I call you Ron? Is that okay?
Whatever, my friend. You can get away with it all, Chief.
Oh, yeah. Ron, let's start off by telling people how you and I met. That's one of the things I want to talk about.
At a play.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Odyssey Theater.
Yeah, we were seeing a fella you were a friend of, putting on a production in a little 99-seat house theater. And I think I was wearing a hat that said something like Marine Corps on it, or you were wearing a Navy hat or something. But anyhow, we got into this conversation. And it went forward over there. It was a hoot.
Okay, just want to get that straight on the record. That's all.
Okay, but it happened.
You were born in Chicago, Illinois.
That's what I was told. I was a bit young at the time, but I think so.
Okay, and at the age of 11, you left home.
You bet your bippy I did.
Why?
Because it was pure hell, Ron. There were some issues. My dad married a woman who was my mother, and things didn't work out as they had hoped over time, and it got pretty darned ugly, as a matter of fact. And then when they got divorced, my mother went and married this other thing, and it turned into pure hell. So I went to my dad, and I said, look, I know he couldn't take me because he knew that would be legal fees that he didn't have to spend. And fortunately, though, his sister, my aunt, was well connected in the educational world of the greater Chicago area. And there was a place called Arden Shore, which if you had an IQ slightly higher than a maggot, you could get in. And I qualified. So it was wonderful. And I got to grow up in a very nice community up in the northern suburbs of Chicago as an Arden Shore guy. And got a lot of treats. I mean, a lot of good things happened doing that. In fact, spending one summer with, remember Jane Morgan?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I spent at her Kennebunkport home in Maine one summer, and we got to do a lot of interesting things like that because of the people who ran the school. So it was a big blessing. But then there was this little question of, okay, now what are you going to do? And then I happened to see a recruiter in Waukegan. It said, United States Marine Corps. I said, sure, why not? Nice looking uniform, right? And I had one passion. You said something earlier on about haiku. When I was about, I don't know, sophomore, junior in high school, I was at a bookstore and I saw this little thin book and it said haiku. So I started reading it. I couldn't put it down. I understand. I wouldn't and didn't read anything they made me read in high school. But this book I couldn't put down. And so I said, wow, where's this come from? From Japan. It's from Asia. So I asked the Marine recruiter, do you guys go to Asia? He said, sure. I said, give me the paperwork. So there you go.
All right.
United
States Marine Corps.
Yeah, it was a wonderful choice.
Okay. Hey, Dan, Tony, I feel like a little Marine Corps music. Can you roll it, sir?
Oh, no. What do we got? Oh, no. Shores of Japan. Oh, no.
All right, my friend.
Yeah, you got the Anchor Clanker song there, too.
Oh, yeah. Bless you for your service. Bless you for your service.
Well, it was a blast. It was 4 glorious years, the last 13 months of which were spent in the lovely Republic of Vietnam.
Who's that picture? Who's that picture?
Huh?
Who's
That
on the
picture? Yeah. Well, I was a little younger then. And I actually had some hair, though. Most of it was shaved off, but there was some there. So, yeah, I mean, it was actually around, I was not long ago, I think maybe in prepping for this interview today, I was thinking back on that experience of the Marine Corps. And I got to tell you, it was probably the most intelligent move I ever made because it gave me something I desperately needed, discipline. And that really changed my life. I moved ahead pretty good, I think. I kept home, finished college in 18 months, went to law school, became a lawyer, married a miserable, no, we'd have to go into it. But no, I mean, there was a lot of good that came out of it, of the experience, and I would, clearly recommend that being in the military, Marine Corps, kind of tough, Navy's not that easy, Army, but that military experience can provide a very strong positive for people.
Yes, it does.
So
I had good sense. I went in the Navy.
Well, we thank you for the ride. See, what the difference between the Navy and the sailors are, they take us to really crappy places, drop us off, and then leave. We get to
play
stay.
that. Exactly. Tell a story about the last day that you left Vietnam. What did you do? Maybe you told me that one.
Oh, well, thank you for getting me in. By the way, all of this is in this book. I'm going to just show it because I want to. Live, Die, Live Again by me. You can get this book. But anyhow, my last day in Vietnam, I was fed up with the whole thing. I'm done with this. So they sent me up to Da Nang to deliver some, I don't know, Playboy magazines or whatever the hell. And I had the rest of the day. I had 8 hours to go do whatever the hell I wanted to do before I could get a ride back.
Right.
So I just walked out. I had 80 rounds of 7.62 millimeters, 6 frag grenades, and a handgun. I didn't think anybody was going to stop me, and they didn't. So I just went for a long walk in the rice paddies. And then I see a hooch, and on the side of the hooch, it says cold beer. And I said, I have found Nirvana. It's a Buddhist country. So I found Nirvana. And I went there, and the guy said, cold beer? I go, yeah, cold beer, hot woman, $5. I said, done. So I'm feeling good now. Life is grand. But then, about 300 yards away, a pair of F-4 Phantoms started dropping napalm, which is a tad too close. And I said, oh, dear. If they're dropping napalm there, it's because the guys we call the bad guys are probably over there. And sure enough, here comes 2 of them with their AKs walking down to the same little house for the same damn reason I was there. Cold beer and a woman.
What was that?
Cold beer and a woman.
All right.
All right. So I bought them beer because I said, I told my little Vietnamese lady, said, tell your buddies come on in. I'll buy them each a beer or, I'll shoot them. Take your pick. So she, blah, 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 blah. And they came in and we had a beer. And then one of the guys did the same thing I had done a little earlier. And that was my clue to get the hell out of there. So that was how I finished up my tour of Vietnam. Got on a plane the next day.
To law school after Marine Corps?
A couple years, yeah. I had to do undergrad first.
Okay.
And I got that done in 18 months because I found out how to do it. And, I moved on and went to law school. And then started suing everybody because it was fun. And
Ron, you too much. But then by and by, you came this way. You lived in Burbank for a while, didn't you?
I've been here longer than I lived in Illinois.
Okay.
And I love it. Burbank is a wonderful place.
You got on TV too, didn't you?
A couple different times during a couple different things. I was on the McNeil-Lair News Hour. I was on somebody's show. I filed a lawsuit that got a lot of attention, even got a full page in Time magazine. And so I started getting interviews, and people were taking me in. I'm like, okay, Phil Donahue. I was on the Phil Donahue show in Chicago.
Phil Donahue.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get the feel that this radio TV thing's sort of fun too, right? So I came out here, And I didn't want to take another bar exam because that's a pain in the patoots. So I started doing a radio show on KFOX 93.5 FM. And that was a hoot. My first guest was Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just found out that if you tell the publicists for all these stars that you have a live talk show on during drive time, they'll send anybody over. You know, it was amazing. So I had a ball. But then they changed format. They started speaking Korean, so I had to leave.
Tony, would you show that picture of him on the TV set, please?
What's that?
There you go.
Whoa, where's that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Beats me. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I can't really, it's not that clear. But in any event, yeah, I mean, I had the ability to meet a lot of very interesting people, and it was a ton of fun. In fact, one of the things, Ron, you're going to love this because it's kind of cute. My wife one day is sitting at the TV with looking at Jessica Alba. I go, who is that? She goes, A. Martinez. I said, you like him? Yeah. Want to meet him? Yeah. I'll take care of that. I knew his publicist. So I said, Martinez, yeah. So, okay, let's go. Get in the car. Okay. All right. We get out of the station and in walks the green room. Here comes A. Martinez. And we're like, oh, my God. Right. So you have a lot of fun like that. It was just I didn't take any of it seriously. I took it as a lot of fun. And for which I actually made okay money, too, which made it even more fun. So,
all right. We got 24 minutes, so I got to move a little fast here.
Okay, let's go.
As life went on, you did certain things in life. You would live in life, but you also were putting on a little weight. Can you show that picture there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you think? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then on December 12th, December 18th of 2012, I dropped dead in my house. I had congestive heart failure, and as I fell face forward to the floor, I had just enough presence of mind to hit 911 on my phone, and then I was fade to black. And thanks to Burbank EMTs, I'm here to talk to you. And, you know, I spent a month in the hospital, and it occurred to me that I needed to get serious about losing weight. And I did. I'm down to 165, 170, right in that range, floats a little bit. And I plan on staying that way because that's, you know, people talk about COVID-19. More people die from obesity-related diseases every year than will ever die from COVID-19.
That's right.
More people, but nobody, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to body shame. Yes, you do. If you love somebody enough, you're going to say, hey, dude or dudette, you have to take care of this. This is going to eat you alive if you don't. And, you know, there's like far more people die each year from obesity-related diseases than will ever die from COVID-19.
Right.
And there's a lot more you can do about that, like lose some weight, you know?
Yeah. You're looking good, Ron. You look real good.
Well, thank you. Like
you
shirt?
had a thing that you like to do. You like to write books.
Yeah,
so you wrote a book called Live Day, Live Again in 2014. Tell us about that book.
Oh. Well, that's basically kind of, actually, if you don't mind, Ron, I'd rather focus on this because this has everything that has, plus a lot more. Live, Die, Live Again is the hilarious story of my life and the comedy of it all in many ways. But then the real sage advice. You know, one of the things that crossed my mind in my doing some research, you remember a guy named Chris Farley? Saturday Night Live movie guy? He died at 33 from obesity-related disease. Yeah, and then there's John Candy. He made it to 43 before he died. And these people could still be here, but they didn't want to do anything about their weight. So, but you see this all the time. It's loud and clear. And then you take today's media has gone totally bonkers. Everything now is COVID-19. Yeah, that's a serious issue. But there's a lot of stuff that's been more serious for more people over a longer span of time than COVID-19 will ever be. And nobody wants to talk about that. And by the way, Mr. Brewington, thank you for talking about that. Let's bring that up because it's something that's very, very important. And
you, Ron, tell our folks about what you do. You have a walk-run event that you do every year?
Oh, well, I do the annual Hollywood Health Hike on my birthday every year. It's about 14 miles. We actually walk right by the studio and wave at Tony and then keep walking. Although I don't know about this year. It could be a little bit tougher because of this thing that's going on. And everything's closed. We usually stop for lunch at like Whole Foods or somewhere, but not now. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. We may have to suspend it this year, which would be terrible. But or just bring your lunch and whatever. We'll find a way to do it.
14 miles. 14 miles.
Yeah, it's about 14
You
miles.
guys walk.
Yeah. It's not that much.
How many people
I do
do
9 or
that?
10 miles every day
Okay. How
because
many people do you have that go along with you?
it varies. I mean, we've had anybody as much as like 30 and as few as like 6. It just depends.
Okay.
But if people want to
I
know
hope
about
that
it,
after seeing you today, they might be able to come and get some more people with you.
that'd
How
be a
can people
hoot.
get in touch with you?
Just drop me an email at burbankpilot@gmail.com. burbankpilot@gmail.com. Just say, hey, I heard you on the radio, I saw you on TV or wherever, and how do I get involved? And boom, there you go. And by the way, you will not be peppered with a bunch of spam or anything like that. If you have a question, I'll answer it. If you have information you want, I'll give it to you. That's it. This is not about squeezing people. I don't like that.
Okay. 2015, you wrote a book called Lose Life.
Yeah, lose, live. That was basically, as I said, that was a smaller version of what's in here. It's how you can technically drop dead and then bring it all back and get it back stronger and better. There's so many instances of that in our world that a lot of people do, and you don't talk about it. I mean, the stuff that I did when I was in Vietnam was nuts, but I did it. I volunteered to go flying with the Korean Marines on 01E Bird Dog, and then I found out that our mission was to be a flying target. Well, okay, sounds good to me. They didn't bother to mention that going into it, you see.
I see.
Yeah, but I mean, there's this that, there's 2 things you can do in this world: beat it or quit. What do you want to do?
I want to beat it.
Thank you. And I'm sure that, all the things you've experienced in your life, not that different. You've had your challenges and you've overcome them.
Yes.
But then there are those that just say, that's it, I'm done. Okay. You don't have to be.
You had prostate cancer, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that came right after the other disease. I had the CHF. That kept me in for 26 days. I got out of there, went to see a doctor, and she stuck her finger where it didn't belong. And then she said, oh, we got to do a biopsy. I go, why? What's the matter? Oh, you have advanced stage prostate cancer. I said, well, fix it. So then we went in for 42 radiation treatments. And here's the thing. I was already focused on the losing of the weight. I live 3.2 miles away from the hospital where I get the radiation treatments. I walked to and from each radiation treatment. Just because, I'll go lay down, okay, and we're done. I walk home. And the radiation's gone. I mean, the radiation's still around, but the prostate's gone. And the cancer. The prostate's still there. Let me get this straight. So it's still there. But
yes.
No, I'm just saying, it's just, you do what you got to do. And
do
don't back down. You just don't quit. Well, I think a lot of people do, unfortunately. But what are you going to do?
You like to write books. You wrote a lot of books, like 19 of them.
18
One
of
of
them.
them in 2016, you wrote a book called Mass Murders in America.
Yeah. I started
that
doing
book?
some research on that, and I thought, wow, because, it's become the norm now. It's every other week somebody's shooting somewhere, and it's really sick. But I wanted to find out and just run the trail from about 1949 up until like a few years ago now. All of the recorded mass murders and what were the similarities, what were the differences, how did the world react to it? You're never going to totally stop it, but the more, it's like anything else. The more you become aware of the information, the more you can do to control it so it doesn't hurt you, right?
Gotcha.
So that's what it was. And, that's actually gotten a pretty decent readership.
Good. People don't know you're also a publicist.
Yeah.
You're my publicist.
Well, what's that done for you?
Yeah, right. A lot.
Network TV tonight? Okay. I got Kimmel and Fallon trying to get you on the air as soon as they get back in studio.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
You also started doing a radio show of your own in June the 8th, 2018 through September the 5th, 2018. You were producer and co-host of a show called, can you put this up, Tony? The Three Amigos.
Oh, my God, yes, right here. That was actually, no. We started over at Sunset Gower.
Right.
Yeah, that was a hoot. But, it was guys who we were talking on the street. We were talking, just shooting the breeze one day, and I said, well, I'm doing this little radio thing. You guys want to? Yeah, sure, come on. So we did the little Three Amigos thing for a little while. It was fun.
Who were the other two amigos?
Oh,
Richard Perry.
Yeah, that's it. Rick Perry. And
Victor.
Victor Anu, whatever. He's from Africa, so their name.
Okay.
But Victor, yes. And
Okay.
and the guy's about 12 feet tall. He's huge. It was a hoot. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also came and were a guest on my show there for a minute.
I did a couple times.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
Tony, can you show that? Ah, there it is. There it is. Look at them handsome guys.
Whoa.
Guys.
Where'd that happen?
I was over at Sunset and Gower.
Yeah. That was nice. I liked their little restaurant there.
Yeah, it was good.
And then you got the park up in the top, right? And you look around, and right side there's Paramount over there. There's Fox over there. There's like
right.
I think we're in there. I think we're in town. I think this must be Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
Yep. From October 10th, 2018 to September 8th, 2019, you did a show.
Yes.
The Dr. Ron Show.
Yes.
Right on this network.
Yes. And that was fun too. In fact, I'm thinking of resurrecting some portions of it. I got a couple ideas. I've been talking to this guy, Tony, about. You know him?
Yeah, I know Tony.
Okay, well, anyhow, we've been talking.
Good guy.
That's not what you told me later on.
No. 2018, you wrote a book called 5150, the book.
Oh, my God, yes.
I remember it. Yes.
Yeah, well, that really the story you asked me about my last day in Vietnam, it kind of circles around that a little bit because 5150 is police code for crazy.
Yes.
And I thought that was an apt title. So 5150, the book. And if you notice the cover, which you put on the screen, thank you very much, is the South Vietnamese flag, which, of course, no longer exists.
Right.
So, but there you have it. Yeah, I try to write things that when I get inspired in various ways, certain of my own insanity and, but the whole world. And then you just move on. And when I like live, die, live. But anyhow, live, die, live again. Because I was reading it, waiting to do the show today, and there's stuff I even forgot I put in there. It's almost embarrassing, some of it. Because one of my best friends when I was in middle school was the son of one of the top mafia bosses in Chicago. Mm-hmm. We started working in a direction that probably wasn't the way they expected us to work as a career builder.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to ask what that is.
No, you're not. And the statute of limitations is run, but we're still not going to talk about it.
Got you. What is your next project, sir?
I don't know. I'll come up with something because that's what keeps you going, right? I think the COVID-19, I look at this T-shirt, COVID-19 warrior. I think the time has come for the entire nation and the entire world to wake up and say, hello, we're just overreacting more than a little bit. That's just my view. So there you have it.
Ron, we thank you very much for coming today. We, as you know, you're always welcome to come and be a guest on this show.
Well, my good friend, it's always a pleasure to be with you. And let's go do lunch again soon.
Okay. Tony, would you put that business card up there for Ron, please?
What is this? Oh, my God. Look at that.
As a way to get in touch with you.
All right.
Talk to you.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. God bless you and be strong. Be strong. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. The studio of Harvey Branford, Photography as an Art, is proud to offer you a $100 discount off any photo package valued at $200 or more. Now, Harvey's been in the business for nearly a quarter of a century, and he certainly knows how to take care of his customers. So please, give him a call today at 818-954-9294. That's 818-954-9294. You'll be glad you did. And by the way, please tell Harvey that you heard about his offer right here on the Actor's Choice. Haiku, style, passion, heart. It's the latest release from author and attorney Ron Irwin, who you just saw. The book was inspired by the author's first exposure to haiku well over a half century ago. Now, this experience produced within him a deep passion to experience and what was going on in Asia, which he later did as a U.S. Marine. The book is now available in paperback at lulu.com. Irwin says he'll give 20% of net book sales split evenly between the veterans of foreign wars and the Vietnam veterans of America. Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. It's a new book by author Larry Buford. It's a historical and faith-based account of how what we do and follow today will affect us tomorrow. Now, the author also calls it an adventure for those who want to travel back through time. The book is now available in paperback for only $17.95 from Amazon. So please get your copy today. And now, a word from State Farm agent Carla Green. Roll it.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them, but a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because the State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Let me help you with that. Give me a call. State Farm agent Carla Green, 213-239-9675. I look forward to speaking with you.
Okay, Ron.
Thanks, Carla. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. For more information, call 213-239-9675. That's 213-239-9675. Ladies and gentlemen, we here at the Actors Choice are very proud to announce that from now on, you can follow the Actors Choice and others on SoundCloud. Wrong picture. That means that if you can't watch the Actors Choice on Mondays at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Footbook page or on your YouTube, you can listen to the show right here in your car. Or when exercising at your leisure, you have a new channel on SoundCloud. So please check it out. Our website located at theactorschoicela.org. Again, theactorschoicela.org. Attention all actors. An Actors Space provides classes and private coaching by the gentleman you see on the screen there, veteran actor Rob Brownstein. An Actors Space has Thursday night classes for working actors and Tuesday night foundation and technique classes for early career actors. Now, the idea here is to build on each actor's strengths and who you are to help you refine and reimagine your acting and your career. For more information, contact class at robbrownstein.com. That's class at robbrownstein.com, or give him a call at 323-646-1268. And finally, if you have a product, service, or an upcoming event that you'd like to see advertised on this program, please call 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. Thank you. This is the Actors Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it. There's my second guest today. She has much to be thankful for. She's a playwright, a screenwriter, an author, a director, a poet, a humanitarian, and she's a producer. Now, she just celebrated her 11th anniversary in the business. Born in Wilmington, Delaware, she grew up in Norfolk, Virginia. A lot of sailors down there. For the next 24 minutes, we want to talk with her to see how she does it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Peachanda DuBose. Peachanda, welcome. Welcome to the Actors Choice.
Thank you so much, Ron. How are you today?
I'm doing great. We're very, very impressed with the things that you have done over the years. Outstanding. First of all, what attracted you to this business?
Oh, well, initially it initially is kind of like destiny fell in my lap. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, loud and clear.
Okay. I had joined the church in 2009, and part of the thing that they had the new members to do was to join the founders committee. And so I came up with an idea. I said, well, why don't we do a play, as a fundraiser? Because they asked all the new members for good ideas to come up with to raise money for the church's Founders Month. So long story short, I wrote a play and the rest is history. I fell in love with it after that.
Outstanding. I
Yeah.
just want to stop for a moment to show our audience what this lady has accomplished. Tony, can you put that up, please? Look, it's a big poster. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this poster. It is beautiful. Look at all those shows. That lady that you see on the screen, she has her hands all over, signature all over that stuff. When I saw it, I went, wow, that is beautiful. Thank you, Tony. Now, the first play you did was called Surrender. Let's get this money.
Surrender, yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
It's a very special play to me because it was my first.
Uh-huh.
And believe it or not, Ron, I wrote it from a raw, real place. I had just gotten out of a long-term relationship with a drug dealer. And see, at that point in my life, I was making a transition back home to the church. And I went one way, he went the other. So the character of that play was inspired by my relationship with my ex at that time.
Got you. So
It was about a drug dealer who found redemption. I found redemption. My ex, he went another way. So
Got you.
it was a lot of reality in that production, and it did pretty well. It stayed on stage for over a year.
He lost a good lady. He lost a good lady.
Thank you so much.
What did you learn from doing that play?
I learned that sometimes we have things planned for our life that we feel is our destiny, but at the blink of an eye, God can lead you in a whole different path, and so that's what happened with that. You just never know where you're going to end up in life, and writing that play definitely showed me that, because it was never a dream or ambition of mine to become a playwright or a writer. Other than poetry, that's all I had done at that point.
Got you. Well, Peachanda, by the way, that's a pretty name you have. We
Thank
just
you.
happen to have a short clip. Roll it, Tony.
Is your mom here?
No, what?
Man, good, man. Cause man, I ain't got time for her to be singing and praying. Every time I see in the street, you trying to save me and stuff, man.
Man.
Got time for her, man. Anyway, man, what's up with you, brother?
What you mean?
Nah, man, what's up with you? Man, we ain't seen you around the way. You ain't been by the club. I tried to call you on Facebook. Y'all do all that stuff, man. You ain't called me back. What's up?
I mean, that ain't my life no more, man.
What you mean that ain't your life no more? You out the game?
I left. I'm done. I left the game.
Man, come on, man. How you talking about you out the game? You the Michael Jordan of the game. Come on, man. You brought us into the game. Now you talking about you out? What's going on with you, bro?
Bro, here go one better. You know how I love women. I'm about to marry one. No more.
I'm curious, what did you play, Tony?
He played
What clip did Tony play?
Surrender. Let's get with the money. The first play you ever did.
Oh,
The first one you ever did. Wow.
yes.
What inspires you when you write a play?
I'm the type of writer, it has to be real life, either something I've experienced or someone I'm close to has experienced. All of my productions are really catered around raw, real life events and everyday circumstances,
Okay.
whether it's political based, race based, relationship based. I'm real in touch with the people. That's important to me for my productions to reflect a lot of times what's going on in the world at the time.
Interesting. Interesting. As you know, every playwright has his or her own style, their own way of writing a play. Please tell us about your style.
I've been told often that my plays make people feel like they're actually at a movie. So
Hey, hey.
my style is very untraditional. It's very cutting edge, and I kind of like that because I feel like it sets my style apart from the rest. Because in general, people know that when they come to see my play, that this one will be totally different than the other one. It's
Gotcha.
not. My style is very unpredictable,
Okay.
and I take great pride in that. Because I want to leave people not only entertained, but I want them to leave educated and inspired. And so whatever they're coming to witness at the time, I work hard to achieve that along with my awesome actors.
Gotcha. We'll talk about that education in just a moment, definitely. But in the
Okay.
meantime, I noted that you created your own success chart as I was going through the material that you sent me. A success chart. Tony, can you put that up there? That's marvelous. Do you see it?
That's chart. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's yours. It's beautiful. It gives people ideas. It's very simple, very easy to read, but it tells you a message. You can be successful if you get off your butt, if you go do things.
Absolutely. And
Right.
if you don't allow life to stop you, because it will try, trust me, and especially any artist alive will tell you life alone will give you challenges, unexpected. But that's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Unsuccessful people, they allow life to stop them. Successful people allow nothing. So that's the difference in my, well, that's been my story.
Got you. As they say in the business, there it is. There it is. How many plays have you done in your life?
I've written 15.
Said it again.
I've written 15,
15.
and produced 10 of those 15. I still have a few on the shelf that I haven't produced yet.
Got you. Got you.
hmm
That's about an average of about 1.12 per year.
hmm
That's not bad.
Well, yeah, with the residency, which was postponed because of COVID-19,
Yes.
I'm actually doing 6 this year. This is my first time ever doing that
Got
for the residency. Once we're able to come back,
it. Okay.
can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear.
It says I'm having connection issues. Am I back?
Yes. You never left.
Okay. Okay.
Let me take you back to one of my favorite subjects, Black theater. What does Black theater mean to you?
I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time.
Sure.
I'm
Let me take you back to one of my favorite subjects, Black theater. What does Black theater mean to you?
oh my God. It means everything. It means excellence. It means our stories.
Mm-hmm.
It means respect for the craft. Um, there's all type of Black theater, but it's really passionate for me. It's really wonderful and special to me because it's rooted in us and where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
So that, in a nutshell, to me, it means something totally different because it's ours.
Yes. There's certain essences that we draw from it when you go to a Black play. Definitely, no question about it. You
Yes.
walk, you walk out of there saying, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
I
And
didn't
and
know.
it's a beautiful thing to see us in our element. When I
Mhm.
say us, I mean Black people in our element doing another thing that we're great at.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, because a lot of what people don't realize is a lot of people, actors that you see on TV, they got their start from theater. So it's a training ground also.
Uh-oh. You done hit the nerve. You hit my nerve. You ready for this one? I happen to
Okay.
have I happen to have a bone that I want to pick with actors. I've mentioned this many times on this program. It seems that some actors, black, white, blue, green, purple, doesn't matter,
Oh,
just refuse to get up on the stage. They
yeah.
come here to LA. I want to be on film and I want to be on TV, but you can't get me up on the stage. I don't care. Your thoughts about that matter.
Well, I really do understand that. I think that's a combination of things. I think it's a reflection of lack of discipline because in live on stage it takes discipline. It takes honoring the craft. It takes knowing the craft. And sometimes people want the fast way. They want the elevator and not the stairs. They don't want to do the work. And also when I say it's a combination of things, a lot of people feel that live theater doesn't get the glory as television and film, which in long run, I feel like they're robbing themselves, because it's a type of experience that you just cannot duplicate.
Right.
So it's a combination of things. So I understand where your aggravation comes from with that.
You're being kind. Aggravation. You're being very kind. I'd like to say something else, but we're on television.
You said it was a PG. You said it was a PG interview, so I'm keeping that standard.
Can we move on to a more pleasant subject, if you would?
Yes.
Please talk about the support, seriously, that you get from your family and friends in what you do.
You said, tell me about it?
Yes, tell me
Tell
about
you
it.
about it?
Yes.
Oh, can I be really honest?
Please.
That's been a constant struggle for me. Even though it's been 11 years for me, I still have had to struggle for support, even with all of my accolades, even with all of my accomplishments, all of my productions. I still, it's really hard for me to garner the kind of support I feel that I deserve at this point in my career.
Okay. When you say support, we're talking about people just admiring you, telling you what to do, what not to do, but more than also there's that funding. You need some money.
Yeah. Well, I'm speaking in terms of funding and purchasing tickets. I get support from all over the world, social media wise. Believe it or not, most of my support comes from people who don't know me. And unfortunately, that's a common story with a lot of artists.
Yes. Do you have a publicist?
Well, not at this point in my career, I don't.
Okay.
But I have had one, though.
Right. Because you know how publicists are. It's a little it gets a little expensive. A lot of people don't understand that.
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
Very.
If you're a A-lister like Tom Cruise, you putting up big money.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
just to put together a press kit to take you out and go around and do a lot of things that a publicist does. Okay.
Yes. So right now I act as my own publicist.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a story. Peachanda, I want to be an actor. Me, Ron Brewington, would like to be an actor. Now, what amount or type of education do you think I need to get there? I want to be an actor.
Well, I feel like education as an actor is continual. I mean, there are some professional actors who've been on TV, who are currently on TV. They still are active in acting courses. So I feel like that's an ongoing thing. I don't think it's okay. Get training for 2 years and you're ready. Everybody can evolve and improve. I feel like education and training should be a continual thing.
Because every day you learn something new if you have an open mind. That's the way I like to look at it.
Yes.
You learn every day. Do you go to a lot of plays yourself? See other people's plays?
Sometimes, I won't say often, but I do when I can. Because, not only am I an active writer, but I also work a 9-to-5. So when I can, I do.
Working
you have
9
to
5, yeah, the song, yeah.
In California, you have to, in order to survive, you have to go to work.
Thank you. I hope that people
I'm waiting on that big deals, that big contract, so I can just end that 9-to-5 situation.
Go ahead.
Because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Yes. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people come here to Los Angeles and California, Hollywood, with ideas, dreams of ideas, illusions of grandeur is what I call it.
Wow.
And it's expensive to live here. I mean, it is.
Yes, it is. And you have to work in order to survive here anyway.
Okay. Which brings me to my next question. What's a typical day for you like?
Okay, well, I generally write late at night.
Okay.
Sometimes I get ideas during the day and I'll stop what I'm doing and jot it down or try to record it somehow, because any writer will tell you we'll have a brilliant script idea or a brilliant line or whatever, and 10 minutes later it's gone. So I generally do my writing at night and I work during the day.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge that you ever had trying to get up there and get out there?
You mean as far as a production?
Yes.
Funding. One word, funded. That's been a constant because I'm a producer. You know, other than writing and directing, I produce my productions as well. So in a nutshell, the biggest challenge for me has been funding because that's another element of my career as a producer.
Okay. We have some photos started at number 36. Can you put that one up, Tony? And then I'll tell the folks what that is. There we go. This is making, okay. You made history by solidifying residence at the Hudson Theater in Hollywood. Tell us about that, please.
Oh, man. And the Hudson has been a staple in theater for over 30 years. And they granted me the beautiful opportunity to be the first resident playwright there. And what that means is, thank you so much. And what that means is, I've chosen, you know, I'm very hands-on type of writer and producer, tissue, and do 6 productions within the first season of my residency. And it's supposed to be going on right now, but as you know, with the COVID-19, we've had to put a pause. And so I've opted to do my shows on Mondays. Every Monday night, well, most Monday nights, you can go to the Hudson Theater and see one of my shows on stage for 8 months.
All right.
And it's never been done before at that theater.
Good. You had a play called Veracity, scheduled to play at the Hudson Theater.
Yes.
Did you guys get a chance to put it up?
Yes, we did. Actually, Veracity debuted in September of 2019.
Okay.
And I love that production so much, I decided to bring it back into residency. So I only had 2 shows scheduled for the residency, but we already did a 5-show run back in September. So yes, we did open at night, but unfortunately we couldn't do closing night for the residency because the night before, you know, we got that big shutdown notice. So when we return, Veracity will be back for one more show.
All right. The next picture is a group of, this is the NAACP Theater Awards Committee. You guys won an award theater, didn't you? A theater award.
Yes, I actually won that for Ferguson the Musical, which is another passionate piece for me.
Yes.
Dealing with the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a beautiful story, a powerful, riveting story, without saying too much because Ferguson is coming back. So
there's a little publicity there if you say something. So Ferguson is a wonderful story about an unarmed Black young male who got unjustly killed by a white police officer. Gotcha.
And we go through a very challenging story between some jurors deciding the fate of that officer. It's just one of those type productions that you cannot forget after you've seen it.
Gotcha. Now, the reason I put that picture now, I want to give a plug for you, but also a plug for the NAACP Theater Awards. There's a committee of about 4 or 5 people, and they have to go around to every play in the area and see it. They really work hard for it.
Yeah, it's actually more than 4. It's a large committee. What they do is different ones that come different nights of your run. So it's a really large group of beautiful women. I get nervous every time they come.
Yes.
But they're wonderful women.
Got you. There's one man too. You do have a
yes, there is a man. Huh?
Do you have a product for this year's awards?
Do I have a
product up a play you're going to put up for this year's award?
Oh, we already have. They came and saw Same Stranger, which was the first play of my residency. So
all right.
They did come in and view Same Stranger.
All right.
About 7 of them did.
Good. So now we just got to wait for the nomination to be announced.
We just got to wait. And they also came to see Veracity when it debuted in September also.
Got you. Because when you come to the award show, you're going to hear somebody say, "Ladies and gentlemen, please have your seats." That'd be me. I'm the announcer. I do it every year.
Really?
Really, that'd be me.
I had no idea. Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you. It's God's gift. He gave me a gift, and I thank him very much for that.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
By the way, I was
Yes,
really honored when I got that email from you. I was like, "Well, you never know who's watching, you know?"
that's right. I'll be looking.
Yeah, I had saw your interviews from several people I know. One of my favorite actors in particular, Mr. Ernest Harden.
Oh, yes.
You recently had him on your show, and
He was the
so
first guest I ever had.
yeah, I know you told me, and
Yeah,
so yeah, so I was really honored that you reached out to me.
my
That was
pleasure.
really special. I had no idea you even knew who I was.
Okay. You'll be now. We know with a name like Peach Under. Yes, we know who you are. Definitely. Wow.
Yep.
Yes, we do. Here's another. We got a couple more pictures to go through before we shut down. Here's some attendees at the Peaches show. A lot of people came there. The next one is some of the guys of the movie Brothers doing a script reading. That's coming up in the future. You have a date for that one yet?
Yeah, Brothers was actually supposed to be in residency right now. It's a
Yes.
play, by the
Okay.
way. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Brothers will be coming back right after Veracity in residency once the shutdown is over.
Okay.
So yes, that date is pending.
All right. One
Yeah.
more picture. One more picture. Tony, can you show it? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You just had a recent birthday, 46 years young.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I love how you do your homework, Mr. Brewington.
Have to. Look, I'm talking to good people. Shoot, got to do my stuff. But listen, we want to thank you very, very much. I do have one quick question for you, and that is my favorite question. How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a woman who let nothing stop her.
Amen.
Period.
Gotcha. When I run into you, I'll give you a silver dollar. That's my trademark. I always give people a silver dollar. When I run into you, I will meet somewhere out there in the street somewhere. We'll at a theater someplace. We'll meet.
Yes, we will.
I look forward to that.
Because I'm gonna gift you with some tickets to my upcoming shows at the residency, so you will.
Okay, sounds like a winner. Thank you so much for being on our show. We appreciate you. Come on back again.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for having me, Ron. I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Special thanks to our sponsors, Harvey Brandman Photography as an Art, Ron Irwin's Haiku, Style, Passion, Heart, Larry Buford's book To the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School and Actor Space. Much thanks to our guest today, talk show host, author Ronald, or make that Ron Irwin, and playwright, director, producer, Peachanda DuBose. And of course, special thanks to our ever-growing audience. Be well. We'll see you again next time.